At Farms.com Risk Management, we understand that commodity price risk management and sound financial advice are essential in today's volatile crop and swine sectors. Visit our website at www.riskmanagement.farms.com.
Welcome to the Farms.com Weekly Crop Report Special WASDE Edition. This is Michelle Lamarant, Commodity Research Analyst with Farms.com Risk Management. The May 10, 2012 USDA WASDE report was released this morning and will be viewed by markets as bearish corn and bullish soybeans and wheat. The big surprise in this report was the unwillingness of the USDA to lower old crop corn ending stocks yet again, in fact raising the estimate to 851 million bushels. The USDA also raised the new crop average trendline yield to a new record high of 166 bushels per acre. On the 2011-2012 ending stocks front, like we just said, the USDA raised corn ending stocks to 851 million bushel, which was higher than the pre-report average analyst expectation of 758 million and higher than April's 801 million bushel estimate. The USDA also raised lowered soybean ending stocks to 210 million bushel, down from 250 million bushel in April and lower than the average analyst expectation of 220. All wheat U.S. 2011-2012 ending stocks were reported at 768 million bushel, lower than April's 793 million bushel and lower than the pre-report average analyst expectation of 780. In terms of 11-12 South American production, which has been a question on many market watchers' minds, the USDA left Argentine corn production unchanged at 21.5 million metric tons. However, they did lower Argentine soybean production to 42.5 million metric tons, which was slightly above the 42 million metric tons that the market was looking for, but lower than April's estimate of 45 million metric tons. The big surprise here was that the USDA raised Brazilian corn production by 5 million metric tons to 67 million metric tons. This was considerably higher than what the average analyst expectation was for 62.7. The USDA lowered Brazilian soybean production slightly by 1 million metric ton, now pegged at 65 million metric ton. This means that private analyst Oil World is still the lowest one on the street with their South American production estimates. Taking a look for the first time now at the 2012-2013 balance sheets, the USDA pegged the 2012-2013 corn ending stocks figure at a very comfortable 1,881 million bushel. This is considerably higher than the average analyst expectation of 1,700 million bushel and at the higher end of the range of 1,209 to 2,072 million bushel. 2012-2013 soybean ending stocks were reported at 145 million bushel, lower than the pre-report average analyst expectation of 170 million bushel and within the 100 to 250 million bushel range. All wheat 2012-2013 ending stocks were reported at 735 million bushel, lower than the average analyst expectation of 805 million bushel. 2012-2013 global wheat ending stocks were reported at 127.56 million metric tons for corn, which is lower than this year's 152.34. Soybean ending stocks are reported at 58.02 million metric tons, higher than this year's 53.24 million metric tons. Global all wheat ending stocks for new crop were reported at 188.13 million metric tons, lower than this year's 197.03. And finally, new crop wheat production estimates. New crop all wheat production was pegged at 2,245 million bushel, higher than the average analyst expectation of 2,200 million bushel. All winter wheat, including hard red winter wheat, soft red winter wheat, and white wheat, were reported above the pre-report average analyst expectations. So in summary, the corn market was lower today, but not near as low as many were expecting prior to the market opening, as futures struggled to maintain current levels in order to continue to secure the current projected amount of 13 acres. The fundamentals in soybeans and corn are now complete opposites, so corn will need to remain at least close to the levels that they have been in order to ensure that 20 to 30% of corn acres in the U.S. that remain unplanted do not get switched to soybeans. That's all for today. Have a nice weekend.